I have been throwing things out, and I'm salvaging old pieces of writing that I find in between the things I'm chucking. And I will read the little introduction I wrote to this when I typed it up. I wrote this introduction just the other day, and the rest of it is the text as it was in 1993. I found this in a notebook. It was written in 1993. It was one of a series of stories which were each written in the space of 45 minutes. I dislike that restraint, so I didn't do many of these, but clearly this story played in my mind for a while because I wrote a similar one in much more detail 2 years later. I'm transcribing it. I have fixed 2 grammatical errors and have chopped, without really trying, off the end of the title. I've also put the main character's name at the start of the title, followed by a comma, then the word or, followed by another comma. Harbircorde, or How to Lose Your Soul. Mr. Harbircorde lay on the end of his bed. A bottle of Coca-Cola lay on the pillow, which, had he not stumbled in drunk, might have been where Mr. Harbircorde put his head instead. He had sworn to drink only Coke that day. The bottle of Coke was where it was because he had wished to remind himself of his goal. It was not even a reminder, though, because he had opened the door to his apartment and jumped over his pile of laundry onto the bed. He was unconscious before he could even think to move. Fully clothed, Mr. Harbircorde remained motionless for 3 hours. At 8 a.m., he raised his head and saw the floor. He raised his head a little higher and saw his TV set. He lowered his head again, and, as before, his forehead touched the floor. He made another effort and wound up lying diagonally across the bed. His arm made contact with the Coke bottle, and it rolled off the pillow toward Mr. Harbircorde's ribs. All is ruined had been a phrase running through his head the day before. He remembered a line from a sonnet he had written. There's nothing left of it, there's nothing right. He liked the play between directional left and moral right, and that between political left and political right, which in his worldview was morally correct. Your worldview is in ruins, Harbircorde. It defies description. There's nothing left of it. There's nothing... Hearing this in his heart all day made him itch, and he stopped at a pleasant English sort of a bar. Anglophilia is alive in a Long Island suburb, Mr. Harbircorde thought as he opened the wooden, beer-smelling, iron-handled door of the rogues' galley. Away with these little fish, he said to himself as he sat down at the bar. What is it with bar food? He said to the kindly barmaid, who didn't answer. Hey, kindly barmaid, Mr. Harbircorde said in a rather loud way. Do you serve French fries? Bar food, he was thinking. Barf-ood. He knew he was not being quite gentlemanly, and he smiled. The kindly barmaid answered warmly. Of course, she said to Mr. Harbircorde. You know we do. Yes, I do, Mr. Harbircorde said. He had been there every day for almost a week. He had had a variety of rich experiences there. He had imbibed and eaten and more. He had flirted. He had pontificated. He had reasoned. He had been beaten up. Where'd you get the shiner? The barmaid said after returning from the kitchen. Somewhere you weren't, Mr. Harbircorde answered. Here, she said. That's right, Mr. Harbircorde said as the kindly barmaid put the plate in front of him. Here, last night. Here, said the kindly barmaid. Here indeed, said Mr. Harbircorde. He smiled a small smile. You got to watch out for yourself when I'm not around, Harry. Mr. Harry Harbircorde nodded his head. He said, It's good you weren't there. It was ugly.